Wow, there's no lag. I'm shocked. Let's try that again. I'm stunned. I've never seen a camera perform this quickly. Hi there, today we're unboxing an outdoor Wi-Fi camera. So this particular one is from Foscam and it's the FI9902P. Details are in the description below for anyone thinking of purchasing. So let's take a brief look around the packaging. So on the front here it highlights 1080p, cloud storage, compatible with Alexa, night vision, motion detection, intelligent alerts, message push and AI human detection. On the side, it highlights monitoring various locations, home, pet, baby, office. On the back, they show a picture of the camera highlighting a Wi-Fi antenna, 2 megapixel camera on this, infrared LEDs, micro SD card slot in there as well, Ethernet point, audio in and audio out on this, power and reset. On this side, they highlight Foscam Cloud, cloud management, cloud push, cloud recording and cloud playback on this. You've got the Foscam app and it's available on both the Google Play and App Store. So let's open it up and see what you get in the packaging. Okay, so you know how this goes. I've laid out everything you get in the packaging, so let me quickly go through the items one by one. You get a quick setup guide, and opening that up just highlights the fact it's all in English and it's just a small booklet with details in there. You get a sticker highlighting video surveillance is in operation. You get a card highlighting they give it free setup and support. If I flip it around, you've got a telephone number and email address there. Opening hours are 10 AM to 6 PM. You get a card that says scan me, and if I flip that over, it just highlights that some 64 gig and 128 gig micro SD cards aren't compatible. So what they highlight is that they require to be formatted to FAT32. And just to note, the maximum micro SD card you can put in here is 128 gig. You get a bag with accessories, so you've got 3 raw plugs, 3 screws and an Allen key. You get a Wi-Fi aerial, it's 10.5 centimeters long and it's gold plated connector on there. And it's not flexible, just to show you can turn it this way, but you can't flex outwards there. You get an Ethernet cable, 92 centimeters long, and build quality of the cable seems good. You get a power adapter, output is 12 volts, 1000 milliamps, and build quality of the plug feels good. Strong plastic, all matte white finish. Cable on this is 140 centimeters, build of the cable is good, and it's a DC connection on there. Let's take a look at the camera. So in terms of dimensions, 9.5 centimeters by 6 centimeters by 6.5. If I open this bracket this way, the whole length end to end is 16.5. Build quality is very good, metal finish all the way around. All bits are metal. Looking at the cable, the length for the entire cable is 41 centimeters. If we come to this section here, that's 23, then it's 3 centimeters here, and the remaining area is 15 centimeters. Cable quality is very good, just the block here is a bit chunky, so this is around 2 centimeters wide if you wanted to make a hole to get that through. So quite large. Looking at the connection points you have on there, you've got an Ethernet point there, you've got a reset here, next you have a power, audio out is the red one, and audio in is the yellow one. Looking at the back, you've got a slot here, cable can sit through there, or obviously you can drill a hole at the back to get it completely hidden. You've got soft foam over here, and coming this location you can see some locking points there. With the Allen key provided, you can loosen this and then adjust it into the position required and then tighten it up. Now looking over here, you've got the Wi-Fi aerial point, and that can just be screwed in like so. And that's how it looks. Coming over to the front, you can see the lens there, so 2 megapixel camera on there, and the infrared lights are just all the way around there. Coming over to the bottom of there, there's a slot where you'd put your micro SD card. It doesn't come with any cards, so you'd have to buy your own. And again, the Allen key would be used to open this up. The location here has a QR code for adding the camera to the app. And first impressions of the camera, I like the fact it's nice and compact and build quality feels very good. Next, let me add in a micro SD card. So I've got the Allen key here, and let's open up the back here. Now with the cover off, you can see there's a rubber seal just underneath this location, and just to show the card slot, and the card will slot in this way. And that's it. So let's tighten this back up again. So if I put this back on, let's make a start at setting up this camera. So I'm on my Android phone, and if I go to the Play Store and we search for Foscam, That's the app we're after. If I hit install, let's give it a moment to install. Now it's installed, let's click open. It needs access to media on the phone. Click allow to that. Some details here: real-time live video, enjoy family safety with 0 distance, AI human detection, more accurate alarm, brand new cruise control, provide 360 intelligent guardian, cloud recordings, playback, ensure the safety of cloud storage, privacy. Next we need to sign up. So if I click here, needs access to location services. It's picked up United Kingdom. So if in the list I see United Kingdom, I can tick it, click next to that. And now I need to create an account. So let me create an account off camera. I've created an account, so if I now sign in, it says tab here or slide from the right border to view the sidebar. Tab here to add a Foscam camera. Fingerprint is now available. The Foscam app now supports login with fingerprint sensor. You can enable fingerprint login by going into sidebar account. So I'll just say no thanks for now and skip that. And that's it. Next, let's get this camera added in. So if I click on the plus here, please power on device. Some models require an antenna. Start to add it after hearing the prompt voice after 30 seconds. So now what we'll do, we'll connect the DC power, which is just here. And I'll take the plug and plug that in at the side. Now on the app, if I click the X, and you've got the options of how to add the device. So I'll go for scan the QR code. It needs access to take pictures and record video. Click allow to that. So now let me scan in the QR code, which is just underneath this piece of paper off camera. Now it's saying choose setup method. You've got Wi-Fi connection or wired connection. We'll go for Wi-Fi connection initially. Okay, it's just a short video showing how to add it in. So now I need to add in my Wi-Fi password. Let me do that off camera. I've entered my Wi-Fi password. Let me click OK. Now it's saying hold the phone 6 to 12 inches away from the camera.
By configuration, please point the QR code to the camera directly.
There you go. It's saying camera added successfully. So let's give the camera a name. We'll just call it camera and I'll click save to that. There you go, the camera's added in now, and it was simple as that to get added. And now if I click the play button here, for your security, please set a username and password for your camera. So let me enter in a new camera username. I'll call the user and the password Foscam1. Click save to that. And there you go. Pinch out to zoom in your view. Tap here to the camera settings page. Tap here to view your cloud history, and that's it. And now if I move it, wow, there's no lag. I'm shocked. Let's try that again. I'm stunned. I've never seen a camera perform this quickly. You can see for yourself. I'm very surprised by this. Less than a second. So minimal, it's not even noticeable. Okay, now let's have a look at some of the settings in here. So coming in there, my plan, if I click on that, you currently have a Foscam cloud service, free 7-day video history. You can activate that, and there's some of the other plans available and the costs involved. So this is good. They're giving a free 7-day video history. So if I activate that now, so the service is valid for 1 month and there's an expiration time there. Coming back from here, looking below, you can see camera info. If I click on that, you can see the camera name. You can change it here, and UID and MAC ID for the camera. Coming back, share camera, so you can share your camera with other people. Coming back from there, Wi-Fi settings, so you can change to another Wi-Fi network if you wanted. Come back from there. Next we have sleep mode, and if I enable that, it goes into this option and it says sleep mode. Most setting options are not available while the camera is in sleep mode. To enable more settings and keep the camera running, please turn off this mode. And to turn it off, you just click wake up. Now coming below, you can see my plan, camera info, reboot camera and delete camera. And that's all the options you have available when it's in sleep mode. So if I now wake it up, comes back on again, and then below that you can see advanced settings, quite a few in there. So security settings, you can change username and password here. infrared LED settings. You've got auto switch, so it's automatically turning on and off, or you could have it on all the time or off all the time, or it's scheduled if you want it to turn on at a certain period. Coming back from there, smart control. If I come in there, go into device, you've got device there, so I can just say camera 1 and region is Europe. Click confirm on that and turn on Alexa and turn on Google Home. So I'll test that out later. Coming back from there, then you've got power frequency, outdoor, 50 Hertz, 60 Hertz. And it says if your camera video is flashing, try to adjust power frequency here. Coming back, then you've got sync time. So you can sync the time to the camera if it was different. Show time overlay, so you can turn that off if you didn't want it to appear. Show camera name overlay, that can be turned off too. Network auto adaptability, WDR, and then coming down you've got prompt settings, status LED, voice prompt, screen flip, so you can flip it vertically or horizontally, and camera speaker volume. And just a note, this doesn't have a speaker, you'd have to connect via the cable provided. Coming back, and then below that you've got reboot camera, delete camera. Let's come on to alarm, and it says the camera triggers different types of alarms based on different scenes and push alarm notifications to the user. The device that purchased the cloud service will also upload alarm recordings to the cloud storage. So motion detection is on and sound detection is currently off. Coming back from there, SD card, you can see SD card video playback. Go into settings and there's the details regarding the card. Coming back from here, and then we've got firmware. There is a new firmware available. There is a new firmware upgrade available, so let me upgrade that now. Upgrade's complete now. Let's go back. And that's all the setting options you have. If I now go back from there, this is the interface for the camera. Again, let me move just to show it's currently live. Now looking over here, you can see the camera display, and then down below you can see the PTZ controls. So it's not PTZ camera, so not applicable here. Clicking there captures a picture, connecting to camera, allow Foscam to record audio, allow to that, but it doesn't have a speaker connected, so hence why whatever you say is not going to come out the other end. Clicking there initiates a record. Press it again, turns it off. Clicking on the 3 dots, it says here you can set up additional features by tapping here, and looking here you can see motion detections on and sound detections off. If I click on sound detection, can turn it on, but there's no microphone connected. Going back on there, clicking here, the camera does not support this feature, and clicking over here, the camera doesn't support this feature. So it's just a motion detection over there. Now clicking on here, you can see the infrared selection here, and it's on auto at the moment, but if I go to click this one, turns the infrared lights on and it's gone into night mode. You can have the infrared lights permanently off, so you could in fact mount it inside, pointing out of a window, and with the infrared lights off it can pick up footage that's going on. Clicking here flips the image and flips it here as well. Now clicking over there, you can see a full size image now, and just to show again, works well. Let's come back from there, come back again, and then looking over here, just picked up some motion. So if I click on that, you can see the motion detection alarm. So if I click there, you can see me moving the camera around. You can save to phone or just view video. Slide to select date. This is just giving you some extra details. And it's now saying to better identify different types of alarm events, we mark each type of alarm event with different color. Below are the types of alarm event represented by each color. Okay, I'll click I know. There you go. If I click play, you can save to your phone if you wanted, and share too. So let's come back from here, come back again, and now clicking over here, you can see the motion alerts that have occurred. Coming back and then clicking here, cloud history. So anything that's been pushed into the cloud, you can take a look at that. And that's it. It's as simple as that to set up and configure. Next, let's test out remote connectivity. So you've seen for yourself, the lag on the camera is literally non-existent. It's so minimal, I've never seen a camera that fast. So let's see if it's similar over a data connection. So if I drop this down, turn off my Wi-Fi, let it connect to 4G, and now it's connected. Let's give it a moment. Let's come back, go back in. There you go, it's connected now. And just to show, wow, it is just as good over data as well. Very impressed. Really the fastest camera I've ever seen in terms of performance. So whether you're on your Wi-Fi network or you're out and about connecting via 4G, performance is unreal on this. So next, just to test out motion detection. Now I've got my phone running, I've closed the app off, and if I now put my hand in front of the camera for a second, there you go, about 21 seconds I'd say for that to come through. So not extremely fast in any way, but it does work. Now let's try the same thing, but on our data connection. So I've disconnected from Wi-Fi, it's connecting to 4G. So let's test this out over data now. So if I put my hand in front of the camera, about 19-20 seconds with that. So again, similar performance, but it does work. Next, if I come to settings, go to alarm, and then you can see motion detection is turned on. And now if I click on that, it will bring up some further options. You can see alarm when a movement is detected is selected at the moment, but it's got AI. So now it says alarm only when human is detected. So if I select that, it'll go into that option. Now, sensitivity wise, it's set to low at the moment. You have other options to change that. Trigger interval, so it can wait for longer periods. So you didn't want to have rapid triggers happening quickly, then you can change this. We'll change the trigger interval to 5 seconds. And schedule wise, you can set a schedule for this as well. So if you didn't want it happening constantly, so if you knew you were going to be home during a certain period, you didn't want motion detection, you can enable it there. Coming back from there, then you have specify detection area. Clicking on there, you can see a selection is made, all areas, or I can just adjust it as required. That's quite nice. So if you didn't want to have everything detected, you can do that. So let's put it back to all, come back from there, and now let me flip over to AI, and let's now go back and test that out. So first of all, if I now put my hand out, it shouldn't, in theory, pick anything up. And there you go, nothing's come through so far. So that's good. So it's not picking up general motion with it. So now I've repositioned the camera and it's pointing into my room. So if I now walk out in front of it, let's see if it picks up this human detected. So I'm not even facing the camera. I'll walk for a moment, and what I might do actually, let me take up the sensitivity on this. Oh, there you go, human detected, so it did pick it up, and let me increase that sensitivity. So if I come out of shot for a moment, keep it to high, come back, and I'm not in shot. So now if I put my hand out, let's see if it actually works out. There's a human hand there. So this is an interesting one. Obviously, would it pick up an entire person or just a part of their body? So with my hand out, it's not picking anything up. Now coming out of shot, and now if I come into shot, see if it manages to pick up the fact that I'm walking in front of the camera now. There you go, picked it up. So response is slow, as we know, but it has picked it up. So this is quite good because you should avoid any sort of false alerts. It will attempt to work out if it's a human. Now, the only issue here, I'd say, if someone puts their hand out in front of the camera, that is obviously a human hand. So it's not going to work out the fact it's that. So it's looking for a complete person to be in a certain distance. So you'd want to keep the camera at a fair height so it picks up the fact someone is there. Next, let me show how to get the camera working with both the Google Home Hub and the Echo Show. So my devices are here and they're set up. Now on my Android phone, let's go for the Google Home first. So if I click on the Home app, click on the plus to get it added in, set up device, works with Google, and the service we want to link into is Foscam camera. I've already linked it in. All it will do is ask you for your credentials, enter them in, and it will link into the service. And if I come back, scroll down, and then you can see it there, camera 1. So if I click on that, you can't stream directly onto your phone. You have to have a device with a screen, so the Home Hub obviously. So now if I say, show camera 1.
Got it. Streaming the camera 1 on living room display.
Okay, so it's appeared quite quickly. So if I try moving it, right, about 15 seconds I'd say, end to end, to get it moving. So not surprised, I've not come across many cameras that are really fast with this. Reasonable, I'd say, performance. I've seen worse than this before, but not as impressive as streaming live on your phone. But there you go, it does work, and this shows the concept of how to get it going on the Google Home Hub. Next, let me show how to get the device working on the Echo Show. So I've got the Amazon app here. If I go into that, go to Skills and Games, and we want to search for Foscam. That's the skill we're after. If you haven't got it, obviously enable it. It'll ask you for your credentials, and it will link in to this skill. Now if I go to Devices, come over here, go to Cameras, and there you go, camera 1. And that's how it's shown. You can't see it on your phone, for instance. You've got to use the Echo Show or a device which has a screen on there. So now if I say, show camera 1.
Did you mean camera 1?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so now that's appeared. If I quickly move it, nine seconds. So quicker on the Echo Show. So 9 seconds, not too bad. And again, if that's what you're after and you don't want real-time movement being shown on these screens, then it's fine. It's no big deal. It does work. You've seen for yourself. But if you're after more accurate real-time performance, use your phone. Okay, so you've seen the unboxing and setup of this outdoor Wi-Fi camera from Foscam. Full HD, 1080p picture quality on this. Build quality of the camera is very good, a nice solid build to it. Negative point is really the chunkiness of the connector. So keep in mind, if you're going to drill a hole for this, you're going to have to drill it quite large. Has both Wi-Fi and Ethernet capability on there, so if your Wi-Fi didn't reach it too well, you could run an Ethernet cable and plug it directly in. It's not power over Ethernet. It's compatible with both the Google Home Hub and the Alexa Show, so you can stream footage directly to it. It does take a while. I've never seen any cameras really fast with those devices, but not a big deal. It does still work, that's the main thing. Motion detection works well. Very impressive functionality from this camera. You can either go to any sort of motion if you wanted, or go over to their AI. So with the AI, be aware that it has to be a human in camera view. If someone puts their arm out, it's not going to acknowledge that as being a human. So it has to be a reasonable height up and able to see out quite clearly to pick people out. Now, the good thing about this is reporting back to you if there's motion detected. So if it's AI related, then it will pick up humans. It won't pick up other things like trees moving about or anything like that. So great bit of functionality on this camera. Push notifications are there. Timing wise, it comes in about 20 seconds. Picture quality in both day and night vision is good. It's a 1080p and it's a 2 megapixel camera on this. The system also supports OnVIF, so you can add it into other devices or other systems. The killer feature on this really is the minimal lag you get when you stream directly to a mobile. Very impressive. I've never seen a camera that fast before. So there you go. I hope it's helped anyone thinking of purchasing this. Details are in the description below. Thanks for viewing and don't forget to like, comment and subscribe.